So hello everyone, we are back again now. This time we are back with moderator session for CBSE Grade 10 Science. We'll be specifically talking about physics part of it. But before we go ahead, let's start and understand what exactly is the course structure for Science 086. That's the code number for CBSE Science. You can see these are all the topics of physics, chemistry, and bio, and there is a clear demarcation of chemistry of 25 marks, bio of 25 plus 530 marks, and physics, which is natural phenomena and effect of current, 25 marks. That's total 80 marks. Based on the textbook, this is the index page of textbook. You can see there are a total of 13 chapters, out of which these 4 chapters are of physics part: light, human and colorful world, electricity, and magnetic effect of electric current. Uh, these are the topics which are involved in the syllabus. No topic apart from these will be considered for the syllabus of grade 10 physics. You can see also there is a last line which says alternating current, frequency of AC, advantage of AC over DC, and domestic electric circuit. This is usually neglected by the students. So that's why I'm showing you the syllabus sheet. When coming up to the question paper design, this is as per the syllabus sheet which was shared by CBSE. The question paper will have demonstration and knowledge-based question 50%, application and concept application will be 30%, and formulas, analysis, evaluation, creation-based question will be of 20%. And there is a note available which says what are the typology of question, and internal choice of 33% will be provided. These are internal marks. You are already aware, and by this time I believe you would have already completed all your internal assessment apart from prelims. So periodic assessment, which means all your internal school exam pen and paper, will be counted as 5 marks, along with the multiple assessment. Subject enrichment, which is for science, is 5 mark practical work, and portfolio, which are multiple activities of different subjects of physics, chemistry, bio, will be of 5 marks total. These are the subjective verbs for various components. You can refer to the syllabus sheet available on CBSE's website. Now, from this year, which is 25-26, CBSE has done a slight change in the paper pattern. Every year, the paper pattern used to be questions A, B, C, D, E. There was 5 sections: objective, 2 mark, 3 mark, 5 mark, and case study based question. But there used to be physics, chemistry, bio combined. But now the new paper pattern says that question paper consists of same number of questions, which is 39, but in 3 sections. Rather than dividing the section as per the type of question, this time onwards the questions are divided as per the subject, which is section A will be biology, section B will be chemistry, and section C is physics. And it says all questions are compulsory, and however internal choices will be provided, and students are expected to write as required. Now, this is the analysis of the sample question paper. Science 80 marks, total 3 sections. Section A biology 30 marks, section B chemistry 25 marks, and section C physics 25 marks. You can see this is a detailed analysis of the sample question paper for each question. What are the marks? This is available on the website. This analysis, I've done it and I've made it a point that it's available. I'm also putting this in the comment box for all of your reference. Coming up to physics, we will have 25 marks. There are only 2 objective questions, one assertion reason question. So total 3 questions in section A, 2 MCQs, 1 assertion reason, 2 2-mark question, 3 3-mark question, and 1 case study based question, which is 4 mark, and 1 5-mark question. Now, this is very important. This has been released by CBSE recently. It says that now the paper is divided into 3 sections of science and 4 in social science. The circular straight away says that the reply of these questions are to be written only within the space identified for the concerned section only, which means the reply of section should not be written or mixed in any other section. So if you've started writing biology, you will have to make it a point that you write all the bio answers, then only you start with chemistry or physics, and vice versa. You can't do, you write 4 answers of physics, then you write for bio and then for chemistry, because in such cases replies are mixed. If they are mixed, they will not be evaluated and no marks will be awarded. So this is very important notification for all of us. Such mistakes will not be accepted and addressed even during verification or evaluation. So you have to make it a point that you divide your paper into 3 sections of physics, chemistry, bio, and you write the answer. If you feel that you might want to write something extra, so after every section, I would advise you to leave one extra page so that you can revisit and you have a option of writing the answer. Now coming up to physics, this video is specifically about physics, so we'll be talking in detail about the physics part. You can see in physics we have total of 4 chapters: light, reflection and refraction, human eye and colorful world, electricity and magnetic effect of electric current. So total marks are 25, and these are the ranges of marks in which chapters are divided. So maximum weightage is for light and electricity, which varies from 8 to 10 marks. Now, some important pointers to keep in mind for light, reflection and refraction. As this is a moderator session, I'll be able to tell you where usually students make mistake and what we should avoid it. First of all, when we are talking about light, it's a ray diagram based chapter. So please make it a point that you practice all the ray diagrams. Now, it is observed generally that while drawing the ray diagram, students just draw the ray diagram and they forget to draw the arrows. So to give you idea that if you don't draw arrow, your answer will be having no meaning and you will be getting a 0 marks. All the objects when we are drawing the ray diagram should be kept on the left side of the mirror, or it is a lens diagram, then on the left side of the lens. After drawing the ray diagram, please do not forget to write the conclusion, whether it's asked in the question or not asked in the question. Specifically, if you're getting 80 on 80, you have to make it a point that after every ray diagram, your answer is supported with the conclusion. The conclusion must contain where is the image formed, what is the nature of image, whether it's real or virtual, what is the size of the image. For example, I've shown you one sample for a particular ray diagram. The image formed is, where is it formed? Behind the mirror. What is the nature? Virtual and erect. If it is real, then it would be inverted, and magnified, diminished, highly diminished sort of things. Few more pointers for light, reflection and refraction. Apart from ray diagram, the sign conventions for the ray diagram should be clear. Make it a point that you are thorough with the sign convention, because sign conventions are something which will be most important part while solving numericals of light. Whenever solving numerical, the given should be written along with the sign convention. In the board paper, as per the marking scheme, there are half mark allotted for writing the correct given as well, which means even if you don't know how to solve question, even if you're just able to write what is given, what is the formula for the question, and if you're able to show the correct substitution, you will get 1.5 mark, even if it is 2 mark question. Specifically, if you're targeting 80 on 80, then these points should not be left out. You have to make it a point that you follow the format available, which has been taught to you in your school as well. Your answer should be with correct unit if you want the full marks. And please practice refractive index. Usually uh, between lens and mirrors, one part is always left out, which is a refractive index part. So all those who are aiming for 80 on 80 should not think of skipping this section. This is one of the smaller but important section if at all you are looking for 80 on 80. Coming up to the next chapter, which is human eye and colorful world. You can see in human eye there are around 4 or 5 diagrams related to human eye. First one, please practice the diagram thoroughly for the labeling section as well. And if at all the question says describe human eye, you have to make it a point that you are able to describe these terms, which are cornea, iris, pupil, lens, retina, rods and cones, optic nerves and ciliary muscle. Apart from these, the terms like vitreous humors and aqueous humor, if you want to skip them, you can skip them as well. But these are the important points in terms of physics, which we should be able to mention in the answer if the question says describe human eye. For the now there are 3 questions. There are 3 defects mentioned in our textbook, for which 2 have the diagrams, myopia and hypermetropia. For both of them, you are expected to make sure that you draw all the 3 diagram, which is normal diagram of normal eye, which is near point or far point. Then defected eye, which means whether the image is from before the retina or after the retina, and then the eye diagram with the correction with proper lens, either convex or concave. There are a lot of things given in the yellow box in the textbook, which you need not worry about it. You can skip it directly and you can just refer to the content available. When we are talking about the prism diagram, you would have done an experiment as well. Usually the question related to angle of deviation is asked and students are not able to answer it properly. So please make it a point that you practice it well. I will just give you idea about how we understand what is angle of deviation. So you can see this is a prism. Ideally light ray should have gone this way, right? After refraction it goes, okay, so you can see there are slight errors coming here. You can see when we are talking about this, we have to make it a point that if you draw diagram of prism, so this is how the prism is drawn, right? If this is incident ray, originally it should have gone like this, but after bending it goes like this, and it goes finally here. So this is the final path. The angle of deviation is the angle between original line and final line, so that have to be very clear with all of you. Coming up to the next concept, when we go ahead, we have the next concept, which is basically when we are talking about twinkling of stars and refraction during sunrise and sunset, we have to make it a point that we are drawing the diagram along with the explanation. For scattering of light, please keep it in mind about the wavelength. Red light has maximum wavelength, and blue light or violet light has the least wavelength that is needed when we are talking about the scattering of light concepts. Coming up to electricity, please practice all the circuit diagrams again as we did it for light. While drawing a circuit diagram, you have to make it a point that you are drawing the arrows indicating the direction of current. For this chapter, I would advise you to make a list of formulas because there are limited formulas around 10, 12. If you are thorough with the formulas, you'll be able to write them and get marks for given as well. Coming up to one of the important part of the chapter, which is Ohm's law. Please practice it well. The formula V is equal to IR will be repeated multiple times when you're looking at the question paper. Now coming up to a factor of resistance, usually this question is asked, state the factors affecting the resistance and and what are the factors, how many factors. So usually students write only 2 or 3 factor, and even if they write 4 factor, they don't explain why. So you will have to mention length, area, how are they related, temperature, how temperature and resistance is related for the material, and different materials obviously have different resistance. Along with resistance, resistivity is also asked. Resistivity and resistance are not same. Resistivity depends only on 2 factor, which are temperature and material. While solving numerical, please convert all the quantities in SI units. Specifically, we found that when students solve resistivity numerical, they forget to convert the area of the available wire to get the radius from millimeter square to meter square. Few more pointers for electricity. Please practice the derivation of resistance in series and parallel both. When question is asked about the same, please explain the derivation. Don't just justify how left side equals to right side. Please derive the derivation along with the circuit diagram. For numerical related to resistance in series and parallel, I would advise you first thing to make sure that you write formula. Whether if you're confused whether to use series first or parallel, you write the formula, you get the marks for that, and then start solving. While for parallel, we have observed that students just don't write the formula properly. They just keep on going and okay. So we have observed that they usually don't go ahead with the formula properly. So they just write formula Rp equals to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 like this. And they forget that this is wrong formula. The correct formula is 1 by Rp equals to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 like that. And this has to be continued all the time. Please write on the left side also so that you understand towards the end that you will have to show the inverse. Final answer is inverse of the question. Coming up to the next one, do practice the answers to the question which refers to alloys, because question says, why do we prefer alloys over pure metal for the heating devices? This is usually the favorite question of examiners. Coming up to the next chapter, which is the last chapter of electricity. Uh, section, which is magnetic effect of electric current. Please practice all the diagram of this chapter. There are limited set of diagrams. If you know all the diagram, then you are thorough with the chapter by default. And because a lot of syllabus has been reduced, so we have only two rules in our syllabus, which is right hand thumb rule and Fleming's left hand rule. So please thoroughly prepare them and make it a point that you write as and when it is required. Out of magnetic field around state conductor, loop and solenoid, these three diagrams you can expect one along with the explanation for your answer. This is usually asked. While doing numerical related to right hand thumb rule and Fleming's left hand rule, always keep in mind that direction of current is from positive to negative. Usually the question is given where it says electron is moving from A to B. In such cases, you have to make it a point that you use the concept where current is going from B to A, because direction of current is opposite to the direction of electron. Coming up to again one more part, when we are drawing the diagram of magnetic field, the field lines are always going from north to south pole. Students usually forget this. And in electricity part and magnetic effect, there is towards the end domestic electric circuit and difference between AC and DC is mentioned. Many of these students are under the impression that it's not part of the syllabus, but I showed you in the syllabus sheet as well. This is important part of the syllabus. Few common and important points in general. Please make it a point that you always write the formula first. You use the proper units. Missing units equals to marks cut. Draw the label diagram, ray diagram, Fleming's rule, eye diagram, etc. And please make it a point that when you're drawing the diagram, you're labeling only with pencil and no pen is also allowed. Use only pencil for drawing and labeling as well. Try to avoid overwriting as much as possible. Stepwise solution for numerical is expected, and underline the keywords in the theory answer. Some of the common mistakes which are observed by moderators are, first of all, not converting the units. Usually students forget to do conversion. I would advise you to do conversion at the start only, at the point of given only. So centimeter to meter, milliampere to ampere, meter, millimeter to centimeter, and then to meter, millimeter square to meter square. They don't do the conversion. As already mentioned, ray diagram without an arrow makes no sense. Similar way, circuit diagram without the arrows for direction of current also gives no idea about the correct diagram. Usually student mix Fleming's left hand rule with right hand thumb rule and vice versa. Definition writing in your own words is totally not allowed, and whenever you're solving a numerical towards the end, do give the reason as well. Not the only correct answer is important, but how you got the correct answer also makes a difference. Now these are some of the must practice numericals: light, mirror formula, lens formula, magnification, and numerical based on them. Electricity, Ohm's law, electric power, and combination of resistors. These are the numerical which are very important. Coming up to magnetism, question related to magnetic field and force on current carrying conductor, where you will be asked to give the direction of magnetic field, or you'll be asked to give the direction of movement of object when the current is passed and if it is kept in magnetic field. So these were some of the pointers for all of you to refer. Please do attempt the paper nicely and make it a point that you appear for all the question, whether you know the answer or you don't know the answer. All the best from my end. Thank you for giving attention. And if you have any question, you have any comments, any concern, we would like to hear you, and do put your comment, question, anything related to the subject in the comment box, and I'll be happy to answer your question. That's it from my end. Thank you and have a great time. Bye-bye.